Alright, what is up everybody? Today we are back on some more Minecraft, and today we are going to be looking at a mod. Now this is the Hardcore Ender Dragon mod, and with it you can see it come a lot of blocks. Now blocks are pretty boring, so we're not going to spend very much time on them at all. I'm just going to show them to you here, and if you'd like me to make another part to this video showcasing these blocks, just let me know, and I can most definitely do that. There are more blocks than I have here if you've played this mod, however this is just a couple of them. You can see here there's obviously different kinds of obsidian as well as some other blocks that you will see when we actually switch over to the end. So you're going to see very quickly that this mod is much more than just an Ender Dragon mod, and that it actually, ooh, some very copyrighted music is going on there, so I'm going to have to mute that. But you're going to see wow, that's quite loud. You're going to see very quickly that this is actually, let me go ahead and turn that off, because that is way loud. Okay. You're going to see very quickly, as I've tried to say for the past 14 times, that this mod does much more than just modify the actions of the Ender Dragon. He has a lot of special attacks and a lot of cool abilities that we will get to in just a moment, but first I'd like to showcase some of the other things that you can do in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and fly around here and see if I can't find one of the other biomes. And actually it looks like there might be one right over there, and that's one of the Ender Dragon's special abilities there. It causes like nausea and makes you nauseous, shockingly enough. And this right here, I believe, is another biome. Yes, now this is the, let me see what it's called. This is the Burning Mountains biome. And on this biome, there are fire golems and scorching lenses. Now this right here is a fire golem, and essentially what these things do is, if I wasn't in creative, he would be attacking me with, if I was close enough, he would attack me with melee, and if I was far enough away, he would attack me with a fireball. So let me go ahead and punch him so you can see. Now you can see when he's attacking me, every 2 seconds he will attempt to create a fireball and launch it at me, like so, and if I get close enough, he's going to go ahead and start attacking me. Now with these guys, if they launch a fireball, you can hit it back at them, and that is probably the recommended way to kill them. However, if you hit one back at them and they take damage from it, they will actually teleport away. Let me see if I can showcase this for you. Now I would recommend, if you're doing this, to use a bow and arrow. However, for the sake of this, I'm going to try and use a sword. And that didn't work at all. Okay, hold on. Alright. Come on. Oh, and you see he teleported. So, just take my word for the teleportation. I don't even know if I hit that back or if he just teleported for some random reason. But essentially that is what the fire golems do. They're just another mob in the end that really likes fire, as I guess everything does in this biome, as you're going to see here very quickly. Now here we have a scorching lens. Are you still attacking me? Okay, no he's not. Here we have a scorching lens, and these things are, I think, probably more terrifying than the fire golems there, because these things just are pretty much flamethrowers. You can see when I hit it, this thing just constantly shoots fire, and if you're getting attacked by this thing, you can't even see what's going on. And, you know, I mean, it's whoa, kind of scary. And, you know, obviously these things are all immune to lava, so you got to be careful when you're running around, because there is lava, well, not so much really on this side, but there's lava everywhere, like over there and down there, and just falling out of nothingness, and they just like walk through the lava like, hey, what's up? And underneath here, there are actually some blocks that you can mine. Some of the ones that I showed you back at the overworld, when we were in the overworld. So those are some other blocks that you can get, or that's where you can get some of the blocks, rather, is in this biome here. Now there is one more biome, but first let's come over here and take a look at this other mob. Now, if you were climbing up this, and you didn't know this thing was here, you'd be probably kind of scared. It's like, oh, it's just a little box thing. And this is actually a dungeon tower that I'm on top of. And wow, you're kind of scary up there. That was kind of creepy. I almost screamed. But up here on top of the burning, or the dungeon towers rather, there are these things that just look like blocks. And right now I'm in creative mode, so he's not hostile to me. And down in here, there are some angry endermen, as well as see here is some, what is that, obsidian pillar, and just a bunch of random stuff in the inside of this dungeon tower. And you can see that if I come back upstairs here, we have this guy. So if I go ahead and attack him, he's kind of like the Ender Dragon in the fact that he has a bunch of special attacks, and that he guards this thing. So you can see when I hit it, this Ender Eye will start attacking me, and he also does the nausea attack, as you can see there. Now I can't see very far, and I kind of get dizzy and stuff. And he also does his fire laser beam attack, and I'm trying to explain it while it happens. And he also has a blast wave that he just did right there, but I guess I didn't get launched, and he just pushed me off the edge. But he does like a blast wave attack, that if you're up here will launch you off, and it also breaks blocks, as you can see here by the broken blocks. And he does that laser beam thing that will burn you if you walk into them. So like if I walked into those, which I didn't have a chance to, he would burn me. And he just does a bunch of special attacks. I don't think he's supposed to do them this frequently, because if I was in an actual battle, I would get whooped. And that blast attack, I'm trying to get him to do it. And if he does a blast attack, you pretty much just get launched off the edge and into the abyss. So wow, I'm gonna get sick. Okay, just take my word for it. The blast attack is probably the most dangerous one, because if you're up here and you get hit by it, you just get launched. And you can see he kind of goes into a kind of a senile mode there if you're out of range, which is kind of interesting. Do a blast attack already, or maybe it's kind of flying. Yeah, okay, that was probably the issue, but take my word for it, he does a blast attack. Maybe we'll try it on this guy over here. Actually, I want to show you guys a blast attack, so let's fly over here real quick and see that creepy thing. It's just like sitting on top of that block. Where is it? Oh, and we got Enderman to boot. Okay, wow, there's actually a lot of Enderman up here. This would be, if you came up that ladder right there and you were like, boom, you get whooped. Okay, so let's see the blast attack. I'm walking now, and hopefully he'll launch me off the edge. I was going to do the laser special attack, and I walked off the edge, actually. Okay, let me just, and it's recommended from what I saw on the wiki. Ah, there it is. Okay, so you can see that he does the blast attack, and if I didn't have fly, I would just go flying off into the abyss, literally, and die down there, which is kind of terrifying, which is why they recommend that you build fences around the outside of the dungeon pillar when fighting them. If you're doing this mod, that's the recommended way to kill them. So let's go look at one other biome and another mob, and then we will go and see if we can't kill the Ender Dragon. Okay, so here we have the final new biome added to the end in this hardcore end mode or Ender Dragon mod. Now, in this haunted forest, there are typical Endermen, and there are also these little baby Endermen, which are notably smaller. Now, these guys are a little pesky, because you know how normal Endermen steal blocks right from around the world? These guys will steal blocks from you. So you can see here that he cannot steal items that I'm actively holding or that I'm wearing, which I'm not currently wearing anything. But he cannot actively steal blocks from you. But if I were to put something, say, in my inventory, this little guy will just grab it and take off and run with it. Now watch. Oh! Whoa, where did... Look at him, and he just takes off with it, and he just runs. And it's dangerous, because if you attack him, he will spawn... he has a chance of spawning up to 4 angry Endermen to come and kill you. So watch if I go ahead and hit him. Boom! Now see, I think 3 of them spawned. And these guys have less attack and less defense than a normal Enderman. But when they attack you in a mob of 3 or 4 like that, the chances of you surviving are very low in the standard game mode. If you weren't, especially if you weren't aware of the fact that they attack you. Now, with the baby Enderman, they have a preference for certain kind of blocks. Like some of them like food, and some of them like, say, things like wood or building blocks or other things like that. So you can actually try and bribe and that's an angry Enderman, by the way. That's how you can tell the difference between an angry Enderman and a normal Enderman. But anyway, oh, is he still trying to kill me? Get out of here, bro. And there's also bats in this biome, and they just kind of fly around and try and kill you. But anyway, oh, get whooped. Anyway, so you can kind of try and bribe get owned. The little baby Enderman into giving you your block back by giving them, say, a block that they might like more. Or if you have to kill them, it is recommended that you kill them with, like, lava, because otherwise you are going to spawn a bunch of angry Endermen. Now, one last thing to note about the infested forest is that if you spend too much time in it, you will actually begin to become poisoned, I believe, because of the infested effect, I think is what they call it on the wiki. And over time, it just grows on you, and eventually you will start to take damage just because you are infested by the infested forest, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead, and now we will go and take a look at the main part of this mod, and that is the Ender Dragon, and we'll take a look at all of his special abilities. So let's go do that.